Welcome back. All right, so we've got a full day of hockey on Saturday in the National Hockey League, starting at 9:30 in the morning Pacific, 12:30 Eastern, and the last game starts 7 hours later. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching a lot of hockey tomorrow. So starting at 9:30 in the morning my time, 12:30 Eastern. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Buffalo Sabres meet for the second out of four meetings. Buffalo won the first meeting October 17th in overtime 3-2. The other meetings will be on February 29th and April 15th. For the Lightning, they're 23-17-5 overall. They are 6-4 in their last 10. Over the last month, Kucherov, their leading scorer in 12 games. 6 goals, 15 assists, 21 points. Stamkos in 12 games has 4 goals, 4 assists for 8 points. On the Buffalo side, they're 20-21-4 overall. They're 6-4 in their last 10 as well. Middlestad, their leading scorer over the last month. In 12 games, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points. Owen Power has really turned it around in the last month. He has a goal and 4 assists for 5 points in 12 games, and he's sporting a plus 10 over the last month as well. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, the Colorado Avalanche will play the Philadelphia Flyers. So these two first games I will be able to do a video for, and then the next two I'll be able to do a video for, and then the other 8 will be the final review video tomorrow. So Colorado and Philadelphia meet for the second time. Philadelphia went in and beat Colorado at home 5-2 on December 9th. So Colorado will be looking for a measure of revenge. The Avs are 29-14-3 overall. They're 7-3 in their last 10. McKinnon in 14 games, 10 goals, 15 assists, 25 points. The leading scorer over the last month for Colorado. Drouin has been very good lately too. 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points in 14 games over that same period. Philadelphia 25-14-6 overall. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. Farabee leading them in scoring over the last month. 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points in 14 games. Tippett, 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 points in 14 games. Then we fast forward 2 hours, 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific. We have the Nashville Predators and the Arizona Coyotes. So Arizona won this first meeting November 11th by a score of 7-5. That game was bonkers. These teams will meet again on February 10th as well as March the 28th. Nashville's 25-19-1 overall. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. Nyquist, their leading scorer over the last month. 13 games, 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points. Yossi, in that same period of time, a goal and 10 assists, so Yossi's performing well too. On the Arizona side, they're 21-19-3. They're 4-5-1 over their last 10. Clayton Keller leading him in scoring over the last month. 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points in 12 games. Lawson Krause has been good as well. 4 goals, 4 assists for 8 points in 12 games. Also starting at 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific, Winnipeg in against the Ottawa Senators. So first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on March the 30th. And it's nice to see all these Canadian teams against each other because Hockey Day in Canada. There's only one exception, and I'm fine with it. So this is the first of 2 meetings between Winnipeg and the Ottawa Senators. They'll meet again March the 30th in Winnipeg. The Jets are 29-10-4. They're 9-1 in their last 10, so they've been playing well. Perfetti leading them in scoring over the last month now. 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points in 12 games. Nick Ehlers has been quite good too. 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points in 12 games. On the Ottawa side of things, they're 16-24 overall. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Tkachuk leading them in scoring over the last month in 13 games. 5 goals, 10 assists, 15 points. Tarasenko, who was dropped to the third line in the last game, but had a goal. He has 5 goals, 5 assists for 10 points over the last month, too. Then we fast forward 4 hours to when we get 3 more games getting started. So I'll have some time off in between. I'll enjoy it, too. But anyway, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Montreal, the only team not playing a Canadian team, but they're playing Boston. Boston, of course, one of the original 6. Boston and Montreal, it is a natural rivalry. It just works. And they've split the first 2 meetings. November 11th, it was a 3-2 overtime win for Montreal. November 18th, it was a 5-2 win for Boston. The 4th and final meeting will be March the 14th. Montreal's 19-19-7 on the season. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10 because they love being 500. Caulfield leading them in scoring over the last month. 14 games, 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points. Slavkovsky's scoring's picked up in 14 games over that same period. 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Boston 27-8-9, and they're playing better. 6-1-3 over their last 10. But coming off of that big win over Colorado, could they take Montreal a little bit for granted or lightly? We'll see. They shouldn't. That shouldn't be a thing, but we'll see. Pasternak in 14 games, leading him in scoring over the last month. 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points. Morgan Geekie's been very solid for Boston. 4 goals, 6 assists over that same period. So 10 points in 14 games. That's excellent for Morgan Geekie. Also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Dallas Stars against the New Jersey Devils. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again March the 14th in Dallas. The Stars are 26-13-5 overall. They're 5-4-1 over their last 10. Jason Robertson leading him in scoring over the last month. 14 games, 5 goals, 12 assists, 17 points. Mason Marchment in the last month has been quite good too. 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points for Marchment. On the New Jersey side, they're 23-17-5 overall. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. Mercer leads him in scoring over the last month. 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points in 13 games. Holtz has been good too. 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points in 13 games. So we'll see if New Jersey can win 2 games in 2 days. Winning against Dallas, we'll see. Dallas has been very up and down. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Toronto and Vancouver. I'm wearing Canucks because sure, why not? I thought about wearing one of the Alberta teams, but I'll just wear Vancouver. Sure, they're against Toronto. Toronto won this matchup 5-2 on November 11th. I do have some concerns as a Canuck fan because Toronto's coming in. You know there's going to be a lot of Toronto fans in the crowd. Toronto comes in 22-13-8 overall, 5-4-1 record in their last 10. If they get off to a good start, the reason I mentioned the number of fans in the crowd is it'll feel like it's in Toronto if they get off to a good start. Although that may be a little different this year with Vancouver being better. We'll see how that population evens out or doesn't. So, Nylander leading Toronto in scoring over the last month. 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points in 14 games. Nyes, a goal and 3 assists over that same period, so just the 4 points. Vancouver, 30-11-4. I am absolutely just gobsmacked with that record. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10. If they just play 500 hockey from here, they end up with 101 points. Yep, that's where we're at. Pettersson leading him in scoring over the last month. No, I don't know if he's going to re-sign in Vancouver. I don't know. 12 games, 11 goals, 7 assists, 18 points. And if I had any information on that, I couldn't share it with all you fine people on the internet anyways. I apologize. Mikheyev, 3 assists in 12 games. Mikheyev against Toronto, does he get a goal? He's been, waiting for a goal for a while. Maybe he does against his former team. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific start between Washington and St. Louis. They met a couple of days ago. Well, last night for me. But at the point where this game starts, it'll be a couple of days in between. Washington won that matchup at home 5-2. We'll see if they can win in St. Louis. The Capitals, 22-15-6 overall. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. Ovechkin leading him in scoring over the last month with 3 goals, 7 assists in 11 games. Kuznetsov, still waiting on Kuznetsov to get some offense going. A goal and 2 assists over the last month in 14 games, just not getting it done. St. Louis, 21-20-2 overall. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10. Thomas, their leading scorer over the last month. 4 goals, 8 assists for 12 points in 12 games. Parayko's been good too. 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points, but he's a +8 over the last month. And then at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. So we have 3 games here, 1 here, 3 here, and 1 here. And honestly, I won't have a problem keeping up. If anything, I'm going to have to make sure I don't take too many notes during this 8-game period. So 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between Edmonton and Calgary. So it's the Battle of Alberta. Second of 4 meetings. October 29th was the outdoor game, and that was won by Edmonton 5-2. These teams meet again February 24th as well as April the 6th. Things have changed since these teams met each other in that outdoor game between 2 teams with lousy records. Now, Edmonton's 25-15-1, 10-0 in their last 10, 12 wins in a row overall. McDavid, 12 games, 5 goals, 13 assists, 18 points. Their leading scorer over the last month. Nugent Hopkins, 4 goals and 6 assists for 10 points over that same time period. Would Calgary love to end this winning streak? Yep. They're 21-19-5 overall. They're 7-3 over their last 10 games. Coleman, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 10 goals, 6 assists, 16 points. Connor Zary, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. Very prominent in games. Kind of surprised he hasn't had more points. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific start between Anaheim and the Sharks. So the first meeting was November 12th. It was a 4-1 win for Anaheim. These teams will meet on January 31st. I will be at that game. And then they meet again on February the 29th. Anaheim, 15-28-1 overall. They're 2-7-1 in their last 10. Vetrano's their leading scorer over the last month. He's picked it up again. 7 goals, 3 assists for 10 points in 13 games. And, of course, he's going to the All-Star game. Fowler, just 5 assists in 13 games. They could use a little bit more from Fowler. And the defensive numbers haven't been fantastic either. San Jose, 10-31-4. They're 1-8-1 in their last 10 games. Ferraro's their leading scorer over the last month. He just has 9 assists in 13 games. Hurdle down to just 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in 13 games. Tomas was just on such a run there, and it's kind of dried up. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Pittsburgh plays Vegas. This might end up being the most entertaining game. Vegas has a lot of injuries they've been dealing with. Pittsburgh tends to play some really fun games to watch. So Pittsburgh won the first meeting at home 3-0 on November 19th. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. 21-15-6 record for the Penguins. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10 games. Letang leading them in scoring over the last month. A goal and 14 assists for 15 points in 12 games. Malkin, 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points over that same period. On the Vegas side, they're 26-14-5. They're 5-5 in their last 10, but they've started to pick it up, and they're coming off that big win against the Rangers. Stone, 12 games, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Their leading scorer over the last month. Nick Roy's been good. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. I just wanted to put him on the board as like a shout-out. He doesn't get talked about very much on the channel, and he's a very, very good defensive forward. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. The Rangers and the Kings, 2 teams that need a win. So this could be a desperation game. Should be fun. 7:30 starts I can sometimes dread because they could go on forever and they might be boring. This one shouldn't be. December 10th, it was a 4-1 win for the Rangers. The Rangers 28-14-2 overall. They're 4-5-1 over their last 10. Panarin's their leading scorer over the last month. He has 10 goals, 8 assists in 14 games. Cooley, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Will Cooley, sure, why not? He was prominent in their last game. They didn't have any luck against Vegas. Maybe they have some luck against LA, who are 21-13-8. They're 1-5-4 in their last 10 games. Yeah, it's getting ugly in LA. Kempe, 13 games, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points, is their leading scorer over the last month. Byfield, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in 12 games. One big difference with Anaheim, that top line with Byfield, Kempe, and Kopitar, not producing as it was up until the start of this 1 win in 10 games period. So we'll see if they can get it together. But let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Should be a fun Saturday. It is Hockey Day in Canada. And then I think the following Saturday, which is the day before we head down to California ourselves, I believe it's Hockey Day in America. So I'll be definitely wearing an American jersey for that preview, but I had to wear a Canadian team jersey for this one. I kind of had to go with the Canucks, right? Because I was like, well, Jets seems to be kind of obvious. Oilers, Flames, I don't want to pick a side in that one. Leafs, I can't. I can't. And Montreal, they're against Boston. Again, I can't. So, thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.